What's up, y'all? It's Eagles versus Falcons week. Monday Night Football. Dylan's Birds versus my Birds. So we're gonna first start off. It's gonna be a lot of content this week. Don't worry. Make sure y'all tapped in, tuned in. We will be going to the game at Lincoln Financial Field. Dylan's first time watching the Falcons at the Link.
That's right. I'm very excited. I'm a little nervous because, to be honest, I just want to go there and enjoy the game. I don't want to smoke with y'all Eagles fans. I just want to go cheer on my team, and I want to feel comfortable about wearing my Falcons gear at the Link because I want to rep my team at all times, especially when I'm going to a game. But everybody that I've talked to about going to the game has advised me against wearing Falcons gear at the Link because they're afraid I'm going to get beat up. So in the comments, can y'all just ensure me that I'm not going to get beat up for just simply wearing Falcons gear? Like I said, I ain't gonna start nothing. I don't want no smoke with y'all. I'm gonna be a good sport. I'm gonna be a good Falcons fan. Of course, I'm gonna cheer on my team. I'm gonna cheer when something good happens for us. But I ain't gonna do nothing outlandish. I ain't gonna do nothing crazy. So first things first, in the comments, can y'all just make sure that I'm not gonna get beat up just for wearing Falcons?
That's the whole video.
You gonna delete that whole thing?
We just don't need a whole minute of that.
All right. I mean, you can delete it if you want.
Y'all say keep. What's up, y'all? It's Eagles versus Falcons week. Monday Night Football. My team versus Dylan's team. This is our third time watching Eagles versus Falcons play, but this is the first time we're going to be watching the game at the Link in Philly.
That's right. I'm very excited about watching my team at the Link. I think it should be a pretty exciting game. And after the Falcons week 1 performance, I am nervous, but I feel like my team's going to bounce back some more.
So in this video, we just want to give our first impressions of our teams. I'm going to give up first impressions of the Dirty Birds. He's going to give his first impressions of the Birds. So Dylan, just why are you laughing?
I like you went from Dirty Birds to Birds. That was funny.
Okay. So first impressions, just off the top of the Birds.
First impressions, y'all offense looks absolutely dynamic. Offense looks killer. Offense looks potent between Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Saquon. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I got Saquon on a few of my fantasy teams, and he put up numbers for me. He got me a few wins. So shout out to Saquon. Now, I hope he doesn't go off on us this week, but I am nervous because Saquon, him in the run game behind that offensive line, which is still very good, very, very, very good, and him in the passing game too. I mean, his first touchdown as an Eagle was a receiving touchdown, so he's going to be potent in the run game and the pass game. And then Jalen Hurts is going to be better. You know, those couple interceptions, I know A.J. Brown slipped on the one, so he's going to be better. I don't expect him to necessarily make those same mistakes again. I'm not going to say he's not going to throw any interceptions. I hope he does. But
I hope he don't.
But I just don't think he'll make the same mistakes that he made on week 1 in that game against the Packers. So my first impression about the offense is that it's absolutely potent and that it's straight up scary. But our defense looked good in week 1. We didn't allow a touchdown. Now, our offense in week 1 wasn't very good, and that's where I get to the first impressions of y'all's defense. Defense wasn't that impressive to me. To be completely honest, I was not that impressed with y'all defense. It looked leaky, honestly. It looked pretty leaky. Y'all gave up a lot of rushing yards to Josh Jacobs. I feel good about Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier getting some good footing in the run game. We were able to do that in the first half of last week against the Steelers. But obviously, once we got down and once we had to start really passing the ball, and in the second half, the Steelers obviously locked in a little bit defensively, so we couldn't keep that same footing in the running game. But if we keep pace with y'all here in week 2, I feel very good about what Bijan and Tyler Algier can do in the running game. Now, I will say this. Y'all got some dogs up front. Jordan Davis, N'Kobe Dean's looking good. Bryce Huff. Y'all got some dogs in the passing. In the pass rush game. So I'm feeling a little nervous about that because our protection was very shaky. Y'all know T.J. Watt ate Caleb McGarry's breakfast, lunch, and dinner in week 1. So I'm nervous about that. But y'all defense looking pretty leaky. So I think we have some success against y'all's defense.
I would say for y'all, just like you giving Jalen Hurts some bounce back credit, I'm going to say the same thing for Kirk Cousins. I think maybe physically it looked like Kirk Cousins was probably still going through something, but maybe mentally as well. Because, you know, when you have an injury, it still affects your mental as well. And when you have TJ Watt breathing down your neck, it's hard to bounce back from that, okay? So I feel like Kirk Cousins is going to be better than he was in week 1. Like you said as well, I feel like Bijan Robinson, if y'all commit to him, he can have a good game as well. We did see, Josh Jacobs and Emmanuel Wilson. Both had good games on the ground against us. The field was funky. A lot of people were slipping on the fields.
True.
So I'm not going to hold that against my defense until I see how they play at the link on a, traditional NFL field. But also, you say our defense was leaky, but after that first touchdown in the third quarter, the defense was locked down and got stop after stop after stop after stop. We have about 5 new starters on defense, a new defensive coordinator. So for them to tighten up and do that in the second half, I wouldn't call that leaky. And also, let's not forget about the turnovers that we had in the game, and the defense was still able to get those stops and hold them to turnovers. So leaky is not the way I would describe our defense. The run defense might be a little leaky. We'll see when we're playing at the link and playing on a better field. Y'all defense was very sound, very stout. No shade to any of y'all other teams, but y'all were playing the Steelers.
That's true.
That's
a valid point.
Yeah, I'm not trying to take anything from your defense.
It's a valid point.
The defense did what it was supposed to do.
Steelers' offense was not anything spectacular, especially Justin Fields, who apparently found out he was starting like that day or on Friday or something like that. And look, if anybody knows about Arthur Smith offense, it's the Atlanta Falcons. We had him as our head coach the past 3 years. He didn't do anything super imaginative with Justin Fields. He really game planned that offense with Justin Fields. He really just made it so where Justin Fields couldn't really mess anything up. He didn't get deep into his bag of tricks. I'm so sorry. He didn't really get deep into his bag of tricks with Justin Fields at quarterback. So I think it's going to be very much different with Kellen Moore and Jalen Hurts. We saw, again, what the offense is capable of. So the defense is definitely going to be up for more of a challenge, to your point, in week 2 than they were in week 1.
Yeah, so defense looks sound, but I think, obviously, we'll be able to give y'all way more fits and way bigger of a test than the Steelers did. But I feel like, overall, we're going to be solid this game. I feel like we have what it takes personnel-wise to beat the Falcons. But it's any given Monday night.
And look, we wearing that L, that tough L on our sleeve. Big Perk Thuggins, he gonna be ready to bounce back.
Y'all still calling Perk Thuggins after that?
Yeah, we still gonna call him Perk Thuggins. I'm still riding with my quarterback. That's my quarterback. I'm still riding with my quarterback. So he's still Big Kirko Chains, Perk Thuggins in my book. And hopefully the offense can bounce back. The offense can bounce back, and because I do believe this game could end up being a shootout. Now, if we haven't made any big adjustments and if we haven't made a drastic improvement on offense, this game could get ugly and get sideways real quick. I'm not even going to cap. But if the offense comes to play, unlike they did in week 1, if they come to play this week, this game could end up being a shootout.
Well, we're going to see. This is our first initial thoughts on the game. We still have, maybe we'll have a official game preview. We'll have some score predictions. We're, of course, going to have the game day coverage and game day content. So make sure you guys are tapped in.